Hey, what's up guys? And in today's video I'm gonna try to break it down who's the best DPS against a single boss. So I'm gonna use the Snowman, immo, Santa and Vlad. I've been working on this video quite a bit. I was trying different setups, how to trying to find a way to use a small setup so I can actually do the fixed damage and then add a DPS hero like a Snowzilla or immo, Santa or Vlad and get the results, see what kind of different damage they'll do. So I came up with just Pumpkin Duke, Druid and Orc, and just with those three heroes I was able to hold the boss for 3 minutes and did 19 million, 900,000. It was almost 20 million damage. So it was just a couple thousand short from 20 million. So if we just call it 20 million, that's what Orc, Druid and Pumpkin did. But the way I dropped it, I dropped the Orc first, the way Orc takes the damage, so that the way Pumpkin always gives the same amount of buff and nothing gets interrupted. So I couldn't use Cupid because if I use Cupid, that way it gives extra buff, and sometimes it gives extra buff from boss and the attack speed will change, and that way it's gonna be different amount of damage dealt every single time between those 3 minutes. So we don't want that, we just want the fixed damage. That way we can just drop extra here and we'll see how much more damage we get between those 4 heroes, and that way between Pumpkin Duke that buff and Druid damage buff we should see all 35,000. That's what they're capped at, and we almost done with Snowman and we'll see how much damage he does. So Pumpkin Duke, Druid and Orc does 20 million and 35 minutes, 380,000. So it means Snowzilla did 15,380,000 damage in 3 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and try with immo now. The same thing with Orcs can be tanking, that way Pumpkin do give exactly the same amount of buffs. And we'll see how much damage is that gonna be. Immo I think is one of the best DPS hero against bosses, because he actually stuns for 1 second. He doesn't have a cooldown, but his skill, his skill is almost like a cooldown because it's for 6 seconds and he can't start another one until it runs out. So it's kind of like a cooldown, but it's not really, because his skill is always up if you think about that way. Now if you take Vlad or somebody, their skill will go down for a couple seconds then it'll come back up. With immo his sandstorm is always going, which is a good thing. So let's see how much he's gonna do in 3 minutes. So I think I'm gonna just skip a little bit ahead and let's see if he did more damage than Snowzilla. And oh wow, they're actually really close together. He did 15 million and 222, actually just a little bit under than Snowzilla, about 100,000 under than Snowzilla. Oh, that's very surprising, huh? Snowzilla beat him. So now let's go see what Vlad can do for us. So again, I tanking with the Orc, that way Pumpkin gives out the same amount of buffs. And let's see what Vlad can do against one single boss. We know that he's a monster, and he monsters, he can attack so many targets at once and heal himself. But this is only against one boss. So let's see. So I'm gonna skip a little bit forward too on this one. so this video won't be so super long. And 10 seconds left, and let's check it out what Vlad did it to this boss. And 29 million, that means he did, that's about what, 10 million, that's what he did, 10 million in damage. That's 5 million less than Snowzilla and immo. Wow, Vlad, I'm disappointed in you. Because of this, guys, I actually stopped using him in Mesa 4 races. Before, my team was Orcsbane, Vlad, Santa, Pumpkin Duke, and immo. But because of this video, I actually changed my mind and I switched him for Snowzilla, and I'm doing a lot better now. So, if you guys wanna try it, if you guys like the Mesa 4 races, I don't know, you guys try it out. Try different heroes versus Vlad and see if you guys actually do better or not. So let's come back to this Santa trying to DPS the 3 minutes. And if you guys can see the numbers, I actually ran into a problem because Santa doesn't hit hard. He hits multiple times, but he doesn't hit hard. You guys can see he's hitting 8,000, 10,000, sometimes like 28,000, like, but not 35,000 he was supposed to be hitting, so I can count his max damage. Between Pumpkin Duke and Druid, it wasn't enough buff for him. So he still managed to do 16,240,000 damage in 3 minutes, which should still beat the other heroes by a mil. So I went back and actually counted how many times he procced and did the math, and I actually came to almost 20 million damage in 3 minutes. If he would have been hitting for 35,000 each time, because I tested him in like arena and other stuff, each proc he would be hitting like 9 times, and that's times 2. So yeah, guys, Santa is way to go. I hope this video helped you guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. See ya. I'm out.